f of x equals x squared minus 3x plus 2 cos of half x. X lies between 0 and pi. Show that the equation fx equals 0 has a solution in the interval 0.8 to 0.9. The curve with equation y equals fx has a minimum point p. Show that the x-coordinate of p is the solution of the equation here. Using the iteration formula given below, find the values of x1, x2 and x3, giving your answers to 3 decimal places. By choosing a suitable interval, show that the x-coordinate of p is 1.9078, correct to 4 decimal places. So let's have a look at this then. I've got the question summary form here. So we've got this equation, fx equals 0 in the range of between 0.8 and 0.9. So that's the first thing to do then. Fx is equal to x squared, let's write it out, minus 3x plus 2 cosine of a half x, wasn't it? Okay, so f of 0.8 is equal to, so let's tap that in the calculator then, it's 0.8 squared minus 3 times 0.8 plus 2 times cos of 0.8 over 2 is 0.4. Well, let's put 0.8 times 0.5. Put it fully. Okay, so that's equal 0.0821. Which is positive. Okay, let's try f of 0.9 now and see what that equals. So let's toggle back here and just change the 0.8s all the way through the expression to 0.9s. There. Minus 3 times 0.9 plus 2 times cos of 0.9 times a half equals minus 0.0891 minus 0.0891, which is negative. Since f is a continuous function, since f is continuous in this interval, it must have a root. Okay, so that's part A done then, and we've got that done. Okay, y f of x has a minimum point at P. Show that the x-coordinate is given by, so minimum. So y is equal to, this is part B now, x squared minus 3x plus 2 cosine half x. So y dashed is equal to 2x minus 3. Differentiate this and this. Cos goes to minus sine of the something multiplied by the something differentiated, which is a half, but there's 2 lots of, so 2 and a halves will cancel. We just get left with this. So I've written it down because the 2 would have been here and the half would have been here, wouldn't it? And they would cancel to make 1. So that's what we've got for y dashed. Equals 0 then. When we'll leave the 2x as is, move the 3 over to be plus 3, move the sine over to be plus sine of a half x. And that tells us then what x equals to. It's just simply this, 3 plus sine half x, or x over 2, all over, and the 2 comes from times down to divide. So that's what we've got then. Okay, that's part B, which is what we wanted to show. Using this iteration formula then, with x0 is 2, we need to find x1, x2, x3 to 3dp. So part C, x to the n plus 1, plus 1 in the subscript is equal to 3 plus sine of a half x to the n all over 2. x0 was 2, wasn't it? So we need to work at x1, x2 and x3. So let's type them in the calculator. What we'll do first is we'll get 0.2 in the calculator as ANS. 2 rather is what we want, so 2. That's the answer then. Now we do 3, bracket on top, 3 plus sine, and we're in radians mode, so it's 0.5 times the answer, which we've inputted as 2. Close that bracket, close the bracket on top, and divide that by 2. If we press equals now, we'll get x1. 1.920735. 1.920735. Next one. So if we just press equals again now, that's the answer now, and that will be inputted in here to get the next value, which is x2. 1.909701. 1.909701. And then x3. Press equals once more, and that value will be inputted, and we get this value here, 1.908113. 908113. Now we need to write these down to 3 decimal places, don't we? 921. 90. This 9 rounds up to a 10, so it's 910. And then 908. It's just 1.908. And all of these were to 3 decimal places. Okay, that's part C. Now, which we've done. Part D, we're choosing a suitable interval. Show that the x-coordinate of P is 1.9078 to 4dp. So P is this thing here, isn't it? The turning point. So part D. Okay, 1.9078. So f dashed of 1.90775. Let's have a look at that. We'll also need to look at f dashed 1.90785, and hopefully there'll be different signs, and then we'll know that there's a root between these values of this derivative function, and it's continuous function, so that would mean to 4dp it would be 9078, wouldn't it, if it lies in between these interval points. Okay, so let's put it in then in our calculator. We've got 2 times 1.90775 minus 3 minus sine of 0.5 times 1.90775. Close that bracket. So that's what we've got on. So let's have a look then. Let's just see what we've got. We've got 2 times the value, minus 3, minus sine times half the value, equals minus 1.6 times 10 to the minus 4, which is minus 0.00016 ... which is negative. And now we put in 90785, don't we? See what we get now. So change that 7 there to an 8, and hopefully we're going to get a 90785. Okay, press equals, and we get indeed 10 to the minus 6 of 0.7, so it's 0.0000076. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, which is positive. Since f is continuous, since f dashed rather is continuous, answer is equal to 1.9078 78, and that's the 4 decimal places.